everyone. My name is Elena.
I'm Brittany, and I'm from the Soft Skills Committee. Today's Tuesday morning presentation addresses International Women's Day, which is celebrated annually on the 8th of March every year.
In celebration of this global commemoration of the accomplishments of women and what they have and can do for society, we have decided to host an assembly that clarifies modern feminism as opposed to the goal of International Women's Day, and bring light to opportunities for women in today, especially women in STEM. We will start with a Kahoot followed by a panel discussion with experienced speakers. Now moving on to our panel discussion. Please invite our first speaker, who is an advocate for youth development, the General Manager of the Penang Youth Development Corporation, Dr. Gwee.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, nice to see all of you.
Of our teachers, who's got a very strong passion in women empowerment, our very own STEM teacher, Ms. Taha.
Without further ado, let's start with our first question. So this question is directed to both of you. Please answer in the context of your respective areas of expertise. So Dr. Gwee can answer first, and Ms. Taha. How does modern feminism differ from the goals behind International Women's Day, especially in terms of the mindset it creates in youth?
Okay, I'm going to answer first. All right, so before I start further, first of all, I would like to wish everyone happy International Women's Day. Just give a big round of applause to all the women who are sitting here. And of course, that there are guys, boys sitting here as well. So International Women's Day is a day that we celebrate. So we celebrate women's achievement, women's contribution to the social, to the economic, to the society. So it's something that we should actually, women's proud of, whereby it's a day that we should appreciate on ourselves as a woman. So thank you so much for having me for this session. And then looking at feminism, of course, we are advocating the equal rights among the gender for political, for social, for economics contribution to our nation, to the society, and also to the globes. So asking me about the mindsets, okay, I will focus in a more general and also some focus among the youth as well. So I'm from Penang Youth Development Corporation. So our main call is for youth developments. Of course, youth cover male and females, girls and boys. So for what I see in terms of the mindset, in general in Penang, I will focus more in Penang as well. So in terms of, for example, gender equality, gender's rights, gender's engagement, I would say is quite positive. Okay, in Penang, actually it's quite positive. And in terms of awareness among the youth, is actually quite good. So for POWIIS, whenever we are running any activities, we don't really to say this is for girl, this is for boy. And then we give out equal opportunities for all genders to come and participate, to come and actually showcase their talents. So I take this opportunity to do some statistics, share that we have in Malaysia. So we are looking for three main areas in terms of social engagement. I would say different gender have equal rights, equal chance to engage, to participate in all kind of social activities. And then in terms of economics, we look at the labor force participation. Relatively, female still has a lower percentage of participation over male, which is 52% over 78%. So there are still gaps between women and men in terms of the economics contribution to the nation. In terms of politics, still the percentage is quite low, which is about 15% in Malaysia, whereby contributed by female. Okay, so and then there's actually policies by Malaysians as well. So to achieve at least 30% of the women in the decision-making role in terms of the companies or corporates or agency board directors, females, composition of at least 30%. So let's say we look at the decision-making role in the corporate. Actually, we are doing quite good, almost achieve 40% at the moment. And for sitting in boards, we are looking for 30%, but so far, so good, I would say, is nearly about 28%. So there is some statistics that we can refer in terms of the gender equality, handling more roles and responsibilities in actually empowering our nation and also our society. So, of course, there are also some, what I would say is actually there are less discussion, okay? Less discussion about the topics of gender equality among the youth. Okay, reason because actually they are equal, okay? They have the equal rights, okay? And then, of course, they are still, on my own experience, my own observation, there are still imbalance between the domestic responsibilities among the male and female, especially towards the house chores, duties, caregiving responsibilities. Still much more weight, okay, putting on the female. So that is something I would like also to urge boys over here. Okay, share the responsibilities, all right? Share the responsibilities from your sibling, from your mothers as well, okay? Because in terms of the economic contribution, I would say more and more equal weight contribution in a family by women, okay? And on the other way, equal share of the household's responsibility should be shared as well. Yeah, that's my opinions. I believe many of women here will agree on what I mentioned. Yeah, thank you.
Good morning, POWIIS. Wow, that was really, wow, thank you. Good morning, POWIIS. So, good, thank you. Good morning. So, to me, on International Women's Day, firstly, I would like to thank you guys for inviting me. I feel really honored to be sitting here today and to be selected to talk on International Women's Day. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. To me, in modern feminism, it's about creating a world where everyone, regardless of their gender, can do whatever job they want to do, can study whatever they want to study, and be successful at whatever they want to do. When I was going to university, and I was filling out my UCAS application form, long time ago, by the way, I was really considering a career in engineering. I wanted to be a civil engineer. That was my dream. I wanted to build bridges. I wanted to design I had studied these amazing designers. However, I was really scared. I was scared. I thought, okay, I'm going to go to university, I'm going to study engineering. There's going to be all these boys there. It's going to be terrifying. I'm going to be probably the only girl. So I chickened out. And I didn't apply to engineering. I applied to architecture, which is really cool, by the way, also. But my point is, ladies, don't be scared. Follow your dreams. Don't worry about the boys. I mean, maybe later, but right now, focus on what you want to do, your passions, your dreams, and follow them, and don't be afraid.
Okay, so the next question is directed towards Dr. Gwee. What specific stereotypes and biases do youth encounter today? And how can they overcome these challenges based on your own experiences and observations?
Okay, let's look at the youth communities. So, in order to overcome the challenge, first I want to say is for youth, especially of course girls, be able to step out, all right? Take your courage to step out. So one thing also, of course, the awareness on your self-awareness must be there. And then towards educating ourselves, yourself, and also influence others. Okay, so stereotypes, sometimes it happens whereby we see some unfairness towards girls. So for example, let's say stereotypes, there are certain jobs whereby more towards dominant by a guy, okay? And then there are certain thinkings whereby, for example, I want to use back as an example, house chores, caregiving should be carried by a woman, things like that. And also stereotypes in terms of our image appearance. Generally, girls has a smaller size, I would say, in average, smaller size than a boy. Therefore, people might judge your capabilities, whereby you're not able to handle certain responsibilities. Okay, so in order to overcome those stereotypes, people's perceptions, so as I mentioned, some encouragement to all of you, the girls, step up and take up new challenge. Do not just accept whatever the stereotypes that people put on you. If people say you're not capable, okay, you prove it. Okay, you do something to prove it. So also, the girls should, okay, in order to close the gap between male and female, boys and girls, so girls has the more responsibilities, yeah, to actually make the gap closer. So be more outgoing, okay, take up more leadership role, okay, take up more leadership role to lead others, especially lead the boys. So you become like in our Chinese. So there is something that you can do, and also you can start from looking at a small circle. So as I mentioned just now, let's say you involve in some projects or some clubs, committees, and so on. So to ensure there are equals rights, equals opportunities for male and female to hold the higher position. Okay, so and then having chance for yourself as well, not necessarily the chance given by others. You yourself to grab the chance to hold the more important role in the small units, gradually grow to a bigger units, or even in the future in the organization, having leadership role to actually lead others. Why I mention focus a lot on leadership role? Because whenever you are leaders, you can make change. Okay, you can make decision instead of just other people in front of you to lead you, and then you have to follow, because you do not have the position to say or to make the decision or make the change. So that is something whereby our young future leaders, I would say, to think about it. Okay, of course, to be a leaders, bear in mind you need to carry much more responsibilities. You have to carry much more stress or pressure, because you are the leaders. And that is something that you need to, the obstacles that you need to overcome, find solution, solve the problems, and then to stand in front over there and lead people towards to some directions that you are moving forwards. All right, thank you.
This last question is for Ms. Taha. What specific stereotypes and biases do young women encounter in STEM fields today, and how can they overcome these challenges based on your own experiences or observations?
Okay. STEM fields are often seen to be more guys, towards the guys. So you generally find more young men and men in STEM fields. For example, in core STEM subjects, statistics for this academic year, in terms of enrollment for university and STEM-related careers, say 31% only are women. In computer science, 23% are women. In engineering, 21% women. Maths, 37% women. So the stereotypes are that more generally young men choose these subjects and go into those STEM-related careers. However, ladies, we got to change this. And we're doing that at POWIIS starting with my incredible F1 in schools women, young women, who are breaking those stereotypes and who are the most incredible women I have ever worked with in my entire career. They are breaking those stereotypes, and they will leave a legacy at POWIIS for future young women who want to go into careers in engineering and STEM-related careers. So ladies, let's break those glass ceilings. Let's get more women into STEM-related careers. You can change the world.
Thank you so much for answering our questions. We hope that all of you have learned something new from this discussion. Let's please give another round of applause to our wonderful panelists.
Sorry, we went a bit over time, but you're all dismissed.